Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. It is Starrapter here. Welcome to the channel. Every week I break down the latest in Star Wars comics, and this week is no different. We have Star Wars Darth Vader issue number 4 for this third volume of the Darth Vader series written by Greg Pak. So this is part 4 of Dark Heart of the Sith. In this story, we are following Vader after the events of Empire Strikes Back. He is devastated after his son Luke denies him to be ruling the galaxy as father and son. He has gone out to find who has made his son weak, and that brings him together with Sabe, who used to be one of the handmaidens of his late wife, Padme. And they soon find out, they want to find really who killed Padme. That leads Vader and Sabe to Naboo, and next thing you know, Sabe springs a trap on Vader, calling down a Sando Aqua monster to destroy him. And that is where we pick up in this issue. And just real quick, last issue, I was blown away by all the prequel references and everything that I just loved going back to Naboo and seeing all these familiar characters. I didn't think they would get that kind of exposure in this next issue, and man, I was wrong, because there's so many awesome callbacks. Again, Greg Pak is doing an expert job of weaving together this original trilogy with the prequel trilogy in really awesome stylistic ways with the art team. The direction that they are given here is just epic. So yes, we basically have the Sando Aqua monster being Godzilla of Star Wars, and this thing is wreaking havoc on not only Padme but Captain Typho as well as Tanra from the Queen's Shadow novel. And then you have the Death Troopers are flying around in their Imperial shuttle, and then they get knocked out of the sky, and then Vader somehow kills the beast from inside of its belly. That is so badass, and Vader just... These stories really embellish Vader as this ultimate bad guy that is just so all-powerful. So we follow Vader. He is continuing his journey to try to find what happened to Padme. That leads him to the Naboo capital, Theed City. And there, another huge moment that left my jaw on the floor was Rick Olay from the Phantom Menace is one of the leaders of the Amidalans, who are like the people that want to avenge the death of Padme. And he's leading this entire force of characters of all different kind of species. And it was this awesome moment where he just shows up. And then you have Vader, who's having flashbacks of seeing him about, oh, you catch on pretty quick, kid. Like that whole little conversation of young Anakin talking to Rick Olay on the Royal Starship. This was just so epic, and it didn't stop there. So Vader somehow manages to defeat all of these people. He even stabs Rick Olay, and I'm like, no, I didn't want to see that happen. Because at the time, I thought he was dead, and we'll get there later. But he then runs into the rest of the handmaidens. There's 5 of them in total. It's, Erte and Sabe, of course, and the other ones as well that we all seen mentioned in the Queen Shadow and the Queen Peril novels by E.K. Johnston. So then they have a big fight, and they're using electro staffs that you would see like Grievous's bodyguards using, the Magna Guards, like on Vader. And he just lashes out and uses the Force to choke them all at the same time. This is something that, you see Vader doing, and it's just, this is what Vader is. He can be outnumbered, and he's just going to still come out on top anyway. He ends up getting inside of this castle or in the monastery or whatever, finds that little piece of jewelry that young Anakin made Padme, and he gave it to her on Tatooine. It calls all the way back to that moment a lot of you probably forgot about. They showed it in Revenge of the Sith as she's going in. She's got that. She's holding it in her hands. And that is where this issue leaves off. We see that Rick Olay is not actually dead. He got stabbed through his trapezius muscle or whatever. And then the rest of the handmaidens he spared. He force choked them, but not enough to kill them. And that shows a lot of character with Vader. That shows a lot of character development with Vader, where we know he's always going off killing people that are just bugging him. And to have actual characters that he has come across with in the past actually having some resonance with his feelings, like this is going to lead into his choice in Return of the Jedi with, his son Luke and all that, on the Death Star too with Emperor Palpatine. So we're really laying the seeds in this experience, in this journey with Darth Vader, and it is pretty profound stuff. It's very deep. Seeing those flashbacks again, the artist team on this book is amazing what they're able to do. I love the hue of the red. You're kind of, that's a flashback immediately. And I think this whole series so far has been very surprising for me. Like, I thought it would just be Vader's by the number, right? We had lots of Vader series so far in Marvel, and I know it's very frustrating to see, like, oh, there could be any other character that a series could be focused on. But when they're this caliber, when they're this quality, I have no problem with seeing more Darth Vader, especially in a time period that we haven't seen him in before. So I'm not sure if there's one more issue or two more issues left for this arc, but it is quickly coming to a close. And the good thing is, it's coming out in September. We don't have to wait several months again. So what do you guys think about Darth Vader issue number 4? Let's talk about it in the comment section down below. Next week, we have Bounty Hunters issue number 4. So it's been about 2 months since we got number 3. So you might want to brush up on what happened last time in Bounty Hunters. I do have a couple new videos on the channel. The first one, I have a new episode of Outer Rim Transmission. I'm joined by my friend Milton Weber. We talk about the current state of Star Wars. And I'm also going to be part of this really cool programming during the week that Celebration would have been. It's from August 28th to the 30th. In particular, I am hosting a panel, and it's going to be all about the High Republic called High Republic Hype. I'm going to be joined by 3 other guests, and we're going to talk about, for an hour, just basically everything about High Republic. So make sure you tune in. That's going to be on Get Vocal. I'll have the information down in the comment section down below. For more on Star Wars and more on my channel, make sure you go ahead and simply subscribe. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.